Hi. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's me, Samantha, here in Houston, Texas. I'm coming to you today to bring you an update on how things have been in my life in general since my last video. Uh, this year has been really, really something else. Uh, First in February, my mother passed away and we buried her. And then here, most recently, my little dog Pepe, who always joined me in my videos, has also passed away here right after the 4th of July holiday. I had him since 2017. And so I have to go forward. I have two other Chihuahuas now. They're not like my other dog. One is 9 months, which is the male. He hasn't fully developed, but he tries to go through the motions with the little girl. She's already 14 months, something like that. And she just pushes him off. They don't dare let me cuddle with them. From the day one that I got Pepe, he jumped in my arms. We learned to cuddle, and all of that. This one's whatever. I just have to be strong and try to bear with it, so to speak, because it is painful. But I what can I do? I mean, it is the way it is, and I have to be mindful of everything around me and that I have obligations to myself. Again, and that's one of the reasons that I'm making this video today, here and now, because I have an obligation to myself, to whom I am, for whom I am, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does. I think it does. Today's Sunday. It's bright and sunshiny outside, and you're capturing me right here in front of the window, and that's natural light. I hope the camera's doing okay. Maybe I should wipe the lens. Maybe we can come in clear. Is that any better? Okay, well. Anyway, these dogs of mine, the new ones, they're not friendly. They're not lovable and huggable and lickable and all that fun stuff that I used to get from my little angel dog Pepe. But I have to really be strong and know that each dog has difference of personality. So breathe in and breathe out. Don't just be, I have to tell myself these things because I've been really caught by surprise on his loss. And I'm grieving, but I'm trying to go forward. I mean, I'm doing my very best uh, with my recipes to keep me busy. And the funny thing is, I mean, I'm preparing these recipes, and yeah, well, I eat what I can, what I want, and give away the rest. And it's not, whatever. I go grocery shopping. I really should be thankful. I'm really trying to do my best to be thankful for the things that I do have and things that I'm able to do, in comparison to a year ago when it'll be a year ago on September the 29th, that I got so deathly sick with the three abscessed hernias. Those of y'all that know me and follow me, y'all will remember that, how terrible that was. I mean, for the whole month, and then not only just for the whole month, it's taken me more than about a year to rehabilitate my body physically. I can get along and get around a lot easier than I did when I first came home in October the 29th. That was really, really hard. Uh, Over here with my worship service and my church family, they're they're about as open minded as can be. We're dealing with the Holy Bible in accordance to the gospel and the word of the Lord in the Holy Bible, and then from a Catholic perspective. And I mean, it's I mean that not every Christian is going to be very, very, open minded. After all, we're supposed to be conservatives, not some anything goes type liberal with it, where there's confusion and chaos. And no, no, no. Christians like myself, conservative Christians like myself, we like to be, we fund the police officers. We give them what they need and all that they need within our means. We fully endorse them. We back them up. And speaking of which, do you know that I went and had to go serve in jury duty here last week? Well, and I went over there with my little electric wheelchair and everything, and had to go downtown and everything, and dressed like this, of course. I mean, I don't want you to think that I wasn't looking like a slouch, but I wore a different outfit, a professional outfit. Being 57, and I'll be 58 coming. I think it's gonna be. God Almighty, I got distracted. I'm looking at this nut over here. Who knows what he's up to? But yeah, come August the 27th. Just a minute. I'm trying to figure out, should I go get my binoculars? Yes, I have a pair of binoculars. Give me a second. This is going to get interesting. Hmm. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I should go get the field glasses. Let me turn off this light. That way they don't see nothing. We have to. We're for community safety. Can't let some old weirdos live in this environment. We got kids here. You're probably say, look who's talking. Ah! Oh, I miss my little dog. Oh, I'm hurting so terribly bad. I may have a laugh, but in actuality, you know that I'm just really, really, really just, hurting, 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 hurting. Uh, take a deep breath, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. Well, it's already 5 in the afternoon. I thought it was my appetite suppressant was wearing off because I had some grumblings. I knew it was going off. Just a second. Let me take a look. No wonder. It's 5 o'clock. It's time for din din. The dogs won't come running. That doesn't lure them. That doesn't entice them. Boy, they're depressing. But what can I do? I gotta hold on. If I can't love the one I want, love the one I'm with. Some old cliche, overplayed song. Remember that? Y'all like this wig? I hope y'all do. I styled it myself. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to do so many different things at one time and get so many things accomplished between grocery shopping and hauling and laundry and I mean all of that needs some. You're probably saying, well, you're supposed to. Well, no, I have disabilities. Not all disabilities are visible. I mean, I may not be quote unquote in a iron lung or invalid, but the fact of the matter is that I can only do so much and for so long, and so it's a great accomplishment. Damn near died. It was terrible because of the poison of abscessed hernias that were poisoning my little kidneys. Yeah, 200 pounds worth of kidneys. Yes, it was horrible. It really was horrible. Then they gave me a blood transfusion that lasted 7.5 hours. Who knows whose blood they gave me? But I'm still in good health right now, so I got the latest blood work and all that. So I take iron tablets and fish oil, the real high potent one, the one that they write you out a prescription. So I got good blood work. I mean, all the other queens, all the other jotas my age that survived the deadly HIV pandemic, man, I mean, they're all dead and gone. And those that did get infected, they drank themselves to death so they could have a happy death. And it's pretty ghastly knowing that all the other queens and, the trainees my age, they all wound up kicking the bucket. Yeah. It's like a whole generation lost. As y'all well enough know, I live celibate for religious purposes. And it's been that way since about 2014, when I really, 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 surrendered myself, what the Protestants call and the Catholics we say consecrate ourselves. And, it took a little time, but I mean, I finally caved in. I said, no more fleshly desires. I'm going to have to cool it, because I want to be a part of the Lord, have him in me, and I want to be part of him. Be his hands, arms, legs, and feet, and that way I could do good corporal works of mercy and be helpful to the world and the community. Not over there with some underlying agenda. What do I get out of it? You know how that goes. We all know those types. And I'm sorry, but I mean, usually I would have my little dog right here cuddling and holding him. And it's just like a knife right now going through my heart because. Well, uh, if there's a topic or a subject matter from which any questions that y'all would like to ask me, you can do it even anonymously, and I'll be more than happy to read it and share it with the rest of the people. I know there's got to be a lot of questions out there from the young trannies, um, the young transgenders. The words have really, really changed. Back in the old days, transsexual was the thing, and little stuff like that. I mean, in and out of drag, or are you 24/7, or are you fish? When they would say, "Are you fish? Have you had the grand chop? Have you had sex reassignment surgery?" Well, yes, I am fish. I have had the sex reassignment surgery. So all of y'all, that's one of the all time questions. That yes, I have all 100% woman parts, except the ovaries, except the fallopian tubes, except the uterus, all of that. No reproductive crapola. I'm just like a hysterectomy woman, a woman that's had a hysterectomy. That's why, most guys like myself that have had the surgery, and we have to take that constantly, that I do at least, and that hormone, that Primer 1.25. And that does give me the incentive and the drive to apply the makeup, to apply the eyelash, and the makeup, with the contouring and all of that. It gives me that Leona Hemsley effect. I always thought that that lady who used to come with Bob Newhart, Suzanne Plachette. I always thought she was pretty, you know, kind of Suzanne Plachette, Plachette, and Leona Hemsley, because I'm such a grouch when I don't take my hormone pill. You can imagine. How dare you! You wicked, wicked, sinful thing, I'll tell the people. Oh boy, do I lay it on them when I don't take my medication. God almighty. Heaven help me. I ain't lying, babies. It is rough. And they didn't tell us anything of this. Remember, this started over here in Galveston, over here with Dr. Alice Webb. She was with the Program of Human Sexuality from Minneapolis, Minnesota, back in 1989. And then in 1990, I went up north to Minneapolis, Minnesota to participate in the Program for Human Sexuality. And that's what they specialize in, people like myself, guys like myself. And yes, I can say what it is. I was born with the dangling Y, fully functional Y chromosome. So, I mean, that lasted up until 91. 90, because by that time I was on medication, because I had been going to Dr. Alice Webb's little group meetings over here in Galveston when she was with the University of Texas. We're really going back, but if those of y'all that can look it up, y'all can find it. And she's the one that recommended for me to go to Minneapolis to deal with Dr. Sharon Satterfield. Okay, that's another name. And Dr. William Robner, that's another one. And they had the official program for human sexuality going on up north. And they also had females that wanted to be boys, so that was all right. And I did the whole program, the SRS, the therapy, the name change, the MMPI, to see where my head is at. And I mean, I qualified. So I mean, a lot of y'all say, "Oh, well, what a nut." Well, golly, I mean, gee whiz, you got to be open minded after all. I mean, I was born a guy, but I mean, I had the surgery. So naturally, I mean, some of us, especially my age group, we're going to really go over the top with the makeup, the wigs, and all of that. That we just don't do this severe pullback hair, looking so severe with the, where they pull it back in a little man bun or something like that, and then over there putting projecting a mustache. All of that was so cliche and so tacky the way we saw it back in our days. No, back in our days, hey, if you wanted to be a woman, you wanted to be ladylike. I mean, you did the whole 9 yards. There was no severe pullback hair and with that, male pattern uh, baldness pulling back like that. And you could see the Dracula, type stuff up on the forehead. Are you kidding? We did our very best to look flawless. Something like Barbara Mandrell, pretty. Those are the good ones. Real ladylike people. Those are the good ones. Well, look, that's all for now. I'm getting thirsty. I told you my appetite suppressant's wearing off. And those of y'all that send me some questions, y'all can do it anonymously. And no, I never was into rock groups like Kiss or any of that. That was not my type of music. I did more, Hamlet, Shakespeare, songs like from the that play the company, Here's to the Girls Who Do Lunch, by Elaine Strick. That was my taste. And even like the 1980s Annie, that was a good one. I love that one. And then stuff like that. Those were my interests. That grabs my interest. All right. Anyway, let me cut y'all short. Let me lay off, you know, the rant. All you queens want to be a ham like me, but there's only one diva, so keep it in mind. Y'all have a good night. Go have some dinner. Probably one of them lean cuisines, but I don't do lean cuisine.